Okay friends, today we are going to discuss physics class 11 Bernoulli's principle. For a streamlined flood flow, the sum of the pressure, the kinetic energy per unit volume and potential energy per unit volume remains constant. P plus half rho v square plus rho gh is equal to constant. Here one by one try to understand. Pressure half rho v square in terms of kinetic energy per unit volume, potential energy per unit volume rho gh. Now one by one, kinetic energy, how do you get this thing? Kinetic energy, and how do you keep this thing in memory? Kinetic energy by volume, half mv square by v. Here v, this v is volume and this v is velocity, half v square m by v. You should know what is this. This is density, half rho v square. Density means mass per unit volume. Okay. Now next thing, in terms of potential energy per unit volume, as you know, potential energy formula of potential energy is mgh by v. M by v rho gh. M by v, you know, rho density gh. Okay. Now sum of all these things, it means pressure, kinetic energy per unit volume, potential energy per unit volume remains constant. Okay, for a streamlined flood flow. This is the statement of Bernoulli. Okay. Now derivation. Assumption: flood flow through a pipe of varying width. What things? Width. Flood flow through a pipe of varying width. Pipe is located at changing heights. Okay. Pipe is located at changing heights. Flood is incompressible. No energy is lost due to friction. Flow is laminar, applicable to non-viscous floods. Now figure. W1 delta T, W2 delta T. Here this figure you will take like a circle, A1, A2. Here F1, F2. Okay, what this? This is F1, F2. Okay, try to understand all the things I have written here. A1, A2. Height H1, H2. Now next thing, here try to understand PQRS. Okay, delta T, delta T. Okay, P is equal to FA. When cross multiply, then what will you get? F is equal to PA. W1 is equal to F1 into displacement. F1, A1, V1, delta T. Try to understand. W2 is equal to F2 into displacement. A2, F2, A2, V2, delta T. Now next thing we want to discuss, and that thing is net work done. What things? Net work done. Net, it means total. Net work done is equal to W1 minus W2. From equation of continuity. What thing? From equation of continuity. Delta V is equal to constant. A into displacement it will give volume. Okay, as you know, volume is equal to what thing? L into B into H. In case of area of rectangle, what will you do? Area L into B into H. This will be, here we are taking displacement, it is also a length. Okay, and here now P1, A1, V1 delta T. P2 V2 P2 A2 V2 delta T. Okay, and P1 A1 V1 delta T, P2 A2 V2 delta T. Now here try to understand V delta T. Displacement by time multiply by time. Delta T is actually time. Time cancel, then what will you get? Displacement. Now here P1 delta V minus P2 delta V. Now what will you get? What things will you obtain here? You will get here minus sign. What will you get? P1 minus P2 into delta V. That is equation first. Okay. Now work done. Work done, it means in form of kinetic energy and also potential energy. Now you know this thing, delta K is equal to half m V2 square minus half m V1 square, because here W1 minus W2. Okay, now half m common, half m V2 square minus V1 square. Delta V mg H2 minus mg H1. What will you get? mg H2 minus H1. H2 minus H1. Here mg is common. Okay, try to understand all the things, all the terms. Now delta E is equal to delta K plus delta V. What will you get? Half m V2 square minus V1 square plus mg H2 minus H1. And you know rho is equal to mass per unit volume, and m, then m is equal to rho into V, cross multiplication. Okay, now delta T tends to delta m is equal to P rho V for small. Okay, keeping value of m is equal to rho V. What will you get? Delta E is equal to half rho delta V V2 square minus V1 square minus rho Vg H2 minus H1. That is equation number 2 from work energy theorem. I have already discussed in the last video from work energy theorem. What things? changing of work. You know P1 minus P2 delta V is equal to half rho delta V V2 square minus V1 square plus rho delta Vg rho delta Vg H2 minus H1. Okay, try to understand. And P1 minus P2, P1 minus P2, what will you get? P1 minus P2 half rho delta V V2 square minus V1 square plus rho delta Vg H2 minus H1. P1 minus P2 is equal to half rho delta V V2 square minus V square plus rho delta Vg H2 minus 1 H1. P1 minus P2 half rho. Now next thing you have to write here. Next thing we want to write, and that is half rho V1 square minus half rho V2 square V1 square plus rho GH2 minus rho GH1. Now you can write P1 plus half rho V1 square plus rho GH1. Okay, and then what will you get? Finally you may write theorem P plus half rho V square plus rho GH. This is derivation of Bernoulli. Okay, here one line you may write P1 plus half rho V1 square plus rho GH1 equal to P2 half rho V square plus rho G. This side, if you will take this in this side, it means in the right side plus P2 and P1, that both are equal. So what will you get? You will get that here in the previous slide I have discussed this thing. Here P plus half rho V square plus rho G is equal to constant. Here P plus half rho V square plus rho GH. We have get finally this thing P plus half rho V square plus rho GH. So here what things? Bernoulli's principle. If you are knowing this formula, it is difficult to keep this thing in mind. Here mathematical terms are used. So if you will take a step by step, then you are able to make and derive Bernoulli's principle. Okay, these all are things given in Bernoulli's principle. I hope you will like this video and subscribe my channel SK Singh Bikramganj on YouTube. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.